Alright, this is Destiny. I'm just going to be covering a bunch of different solo landing spots you can possibly run in World Cup. First of all, is just this John Wick house that they've changed from the Calamity house. This is probably going to be tied in with promotional John Wick Part 3 movie coming out. It's probably going to be a Team LTM, and basically this is the new landing spot that you can run. There's max wood, max metal, and max brick just surrounding this area. Lots of chests and floor spawns in all the rooms. Out here there's coconut trees that you can get coconuts from for free shield, no RNG on shield there. Over here there's a lot more floor spawns just laid around the house. Floor spawns upstairs in these rooms. You come down here into the basement, there's extra floor spawns, and there's a triple chest spawn just in the basement. Meant to resemble his John Wick's like stash sort of thing that he has in the movie in the second one. Coming out for rotations just after you've looted this house, got all the guns that you need, there is another chest spawn here. There's 2 chest spawns by these 4 rock pieces. There's 2 chest spawns up on this hill, and there's also a bunch of quads just laying around that you can easily rotate to circle with, and you can definitely get max mats just around here, and you don't have to worry about being rotated into, since nobody's going to really come from paradise or from junk down there just to come into you. Alright, another solo spot they can run. This is one of the air vent factories that there's dotted around the map. These sort of just float in the air. Quite interesting. There's a lot of them around the map. There's some over here, down here, and they all have basically the same layout. They've got these 4 slipstreams either side where you can glide or redeploy. And then as you come in, there is 2 floor spawns on top where you can get shield or a gun spawn. Chest spawn up top here. As you come down, it's blocked off here. There's 2 extra chest spawns, ammo boxes, and what's interesting about this is obviously that the loot's not amazing up here, but you've got very free rotations. You can get a loot advantage on somebody down at the pressure plant, or even you can rotate down to Lonely Lodge. These spots all around the map, like up here and down here, you can basically just rotate early game. As soon as you got these 3 chests very quickly, you can rotate into somebody and have a loot advantage on them just based on the guns and shield you get off spawn just up here, and then you can quickly just hop in a slipstream like this, come into here, and then just fly straight into Lonely Lodge and take the fight there. Another solo spot that you can run is this slipstream station. There's about 3 or 4 floor spawns as well as a chest spawn, and what you can do from this is just run up here, go on the slipstream, and then basically rotate to wherever you want to. You could either go down to the Lucky Bridge down here, or you could rotate into Fatal, and you can basically just choose wherever you want to go with the slipstream. Another addition is these wind turbines that have been added. There's a lot of these around the northwest side. Basically what spawns up here is a bunch of metal, chest, and a ball spawn. There is a bunch of these, some over here, as you can see, and you basically just get a ball off spawn and you can play the game. This one in particular is quite good because you can rotate over to Haunted and get all the chests over here. Brief look at the loot lake changes. These buildings at factories are exactly the same, apart from they've been done up a little bit and the same amount of chest spawns. However, there's a lot more floor loot. This is going to be important in deciding the whoever wins loot lake battle. That always occurs when there's 2 teams that drop here. There's a lot more floor spawns in each one of these buildings than before, and that's very important. There's a lot more mats that you can farm around here, and also this big back plow tube, you can run along it and use those slipstreams here to flank your opponents if they're in the middle. If they're farming up the middle, or even on the modern side over here, up here, you can easily flank them with these wind turbines just by building up to them and then gliding over to them, and you can very easily flank and get around from behind. Tilda's had like a massive overhaul. There's a lot more stuff going on now, a lot more shops that's been implemented. There's the Just Build, the Peely's Banana Hut, the Der Burger Trump Tower that's now going on, the holographic sign. And most interesting part about Tilted is the fundamental layout is the same, right? But the fights here are going to play out a lot differently. As its own individual slipstream ring that occurs around, so you can see you can just fly. You can basically in about 10 seconds get from one side to fly the whole way around the other side and completely surprise your opponents if they're on the other side. You could also run an interesting split where maybe one of you lands here, one of you lands like over here, and then you can regroup, go to a different building together. And it's going to be very interesting to see how all the fights play out with the slipstream rings going around here. Brief look at Retail Row, which has now been rebuilt and reimagined into Mega Mall. The house part of retail was pretty much all the same. Basically, all the houses are the same. There's still the secret underground base at Doghouse, and there's these slipstreams around. However, the slipstreams makes the fights here quite interesting because you can easily flank, get around, get on high ground on top of the Mega Mall, and the actual Mega Mall itself, as we fly in here, is pretty much very different. The welcome sign as you come in, there's a lot of floor and chest spawns as you go around, a lot of references to in Fortnite stuff like the Pizza Pit with Uncle Pete's Pizza, Arcade with dancing games, Junk for Cash, Flush Factory sort of reimagined to a smaller spot over here. Actual pizza parlor itself is the same. Only problem with this, however, is there's no vending machines. So fights here is going to be very interesting, because all of this is pretty much the same. However, this is a lot more spread out with the loot, but there's a lot more loot on this side with all the different shops with chest spawns inside of them on 3 floors. And also the slipstreams going around makes it quite interesting, as you can easily drop off at these houses here and then easily come around and get behind the team that drops into the main mega mall. Brief look at the pressure plant POI that's been added inside the volcano. There's been a major upgrade. There's about 15 to 20 chests that spawn. There's also a baller spawner here, which is quite interesting. Obviously you can get max metal quite easily. There's about 2 chests in each one of these buildings, which adds up. As you come down here, this upper part, there's even more chests down here at the lower part. There's about 2 in each building down here. As you come down here, this is where rotates get interesting. Of course, you can get max metal from all these trucks and farming everything around here. You can either use the slipstream vent to rotate. This is similar to how the volcano works, where you can just pop out the top and glide or redeploy. And you can glide the whole way pretty much to Dusty Divot. And as well, as you get over here, for max brick, you can easily rotate to this pirate camp over here with the cannons, which you can use to rotate as well as get max brick. It's quite hard to get rotated into in pressure plant, just because its positioning. It's not like, it reminds me of Dusty Divot, just because it's inside and enclosed with a lot of metal. However, it's very hard to get rotated into, and you've got a very free exit strategy with this slipstream air vent base up here. Quick update on Junk Junction. The actual clock tower from Tilted has been moved over here after it's been half destroyed. There's a couple more chests, as well as there's this chest stack of cars here, and all the car stacks from here have been moved over there, so now getting this chest is a bit more awkward. And that's pretty much it around Junk. New season, new block. This time it's a yacht house, the yacht outside. There's around 2 chests in this main yacht. However, in this actual main building here, there's around 20 chests slitted all around the edges. Max brick that you can get from farming around here. And the majority of the parts that make up the house, like all these windows and stuff, are actually metal that you can farm, as well as the helicopter runway back here with extra chests. There's also around 3 chests around this outside bit here. Obviously, there's the big chest that spawns just in the middle living room here with the gold weapons, and Rifter goes quite a lot of the time. It's definitely going to be contested in duos quite heavily. And coming into here, there's even more chests, and you've got a vending machine that spawns down here, as well as the reboot van, just in case you get in a bad fight. And you can rotate up to the ballers, and there's these air vents that you can obviously use to get to a far circle. Alright, a brief look at all the vaulted items include clingers, poison dart traps, scope revolver, suppressed scar, and the thermal scope assault rifle have all been removed. Balloons are also gone, as well as the 2 variants of the pump, the base green and blue pump, as well as the spaz variant of the purple and gold are all gone. Other quick thing is with the slipstream vents that go around, obviously you can hop in them yourself and go around, but you can actually throw projectile grenades through them, and they'll go along the slipstream and end up exploding along the other end. Same with stinks, they'll go along and then they'll end up bursting somewhere else, so when behind the house. Clingers are vaulted, but they still work, and same with boogie bombs, so you can maybe get a boogie bomb kill as it floats around and then pops at the other end, miles away. This has been Destiny, covering the Season 9 map changes. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I normally do type analytical content as well as educational content. Let me know if you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.